Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nats and I hope everyone is happy, healthy and doing okay. Alright, I feel like I'm a little zoomed in. Alright, there you go. Alright, so in today's video, I wanted to share with you guys 5 things that I like about teaching in Japan. So if you're interested in that, in hearing about what I like about teaching in the Japanese education system, then keep on watching. That's horrible. So the first thing that I like about teaching in Japan is the disciplined students. Alright, so in Japan, students are well behaved. Alright, students are not talking in class, students are not playing in class. Well, most of the time, I find that some students, when they're not interested in English, because English is the only class that I've been to, they tend to like play with their friends or so on, but it does not happen very often, and so I will just go ahead and say that they're well behaved in class. And also, students take their responsibilities very serious. So the person that is in charge of doing cleaning for the day, in charge of, students just generally take their position when that time has come. So if it is cleaning time, the student in charge will, head to their post. If it is graduation ceremony, each student knows their roles and responsibility and they move towards that quickly in uniformity, and the job gets done basically. So yeah, Japan has well disciplined or well behaved students. The second thing that I like about teaching in Japan, and I do have my book here, so if you see me looking down, that is why. I don't be storing anything in my head, okay? Alright, so the second thing, and it aligns with the first one, is that students work hard. Japanese students, guys, they work hard, they study hard, they ensure that they're passing their exams because that is what is expected of them. When they're at school, right around the clock, they are working, they are studying. Some students, even during 10-minute break times, they are studying, they're going over their notes. When they go home, they are still studying. Like some of the times I'll ask the students, what did you do last night? And they will say, I studied for 3 hours. And I'm like, you're at school for the whole day, you go home and you're still studying? I'm like, I'm not that student, I am sorry, I don't do that, but I'm proud of you. So yeah, they're working right around the clock, and separate and apart from their daily subject-based studying, they also have to enroll in club activities, which I will get to later on in this video, so I won't expound on that too much right now. But yeah, the main point is the student, they work hard. Alright, they work hard, and they're disciplined. Those are the first 2. Okay, so the third thing I like about teaching in Japan is that the salary for teaching in Japan is good-ish. Is goodish a word? I don't know. But yeah, I think the salary is decent for teachers here in Japan. I don't know the amount of money that the regular Japanese teachers make. I'm talking from an ALT point of view. Remember that I am working for a dispatch company, and the salary is pretty good. As I said in my video about teaching English in Japan, which I'll link right here for you guys, the salary scale for ALTs ranges from like 210,000 yen to about 250,000 yen per month. And the companies that are of higher standards, or the ones that have been around for a while, tend to offer more. I know the JET program, which I've never mentioned on this channel because I don't have much information about it, but I know people who work on the JET program and their salary is just as high as an Aikai kind of salary, which is about 270,000 yen. The JET program, if you can get on it, I do recommend you getting on it, but I don't have any information on that at this point. I'll have to do my research in order to give you guys information about JET. But JET is a good program in terms of salary here. So yeah, the salary is I think is appropriate for ALT at the moment. I have no complaints at all. Alright, so the fourth thing that I like about teaching in Japan is that every child learns how to swim. And I know this might sound very unimportant to some persons because swimming, like, what's the big deal? But guys, in Jamaica, we don't learn sports that, you know, in Jamaica, learning sports is not about excelling at something. So swimming is definitely out of it. I mean, in PE, physical education, we do go outside and we play volleyball and basketball, and the boys play football or soccer and so on, but it is not nothing serious. It is not a subject. It is not a part of your PE that you have to learn how to play soccer, you have to learn how to play volleyball. It is just physical education for Jamaican students, are really just a time to go outside, change your clothes and have some fun. It is nothing serious, at least at the schools that I went to. Alright, but in Japan, every single student learns how to swim, and every single student learns every single sport, and then based on the types of sports that they're exposed to, then they get to choose which club activity they want to join. So club activities may be like the soccer club, baseball club, volleyball club, but in physical education they extensively learn how to play these sports, and then based on what they are loving, then they join a particular club to emphasize or to greater exceed in that field. I do not know how to swim. 20-something years old, I do not know how to swim. My husband does not know how to swim. 20-something years old, he does not know how to swim. Many people, many young adults in Jamaica, many older persons who have already gone through the education system in Jamaica do not know how to swim, and that is because that was never a part of our education system. And I think even swimming is so important, because as Jamaicans, as Caribbean people, we love to go to the beach. You go to the beach and you can't swim and something happens, you dead. Okay, so I think that is very important. I love the fact that Japan really emphasizes on students learning how to do particular sports. Like, I think it's really important. Okay, all right, enough. I'm out of breath. All right, I think I'm at the fifth thing. Ooh, this video is quick. Not even 10 minutes in and I'm near to the end. Anyway, the fifth thing that I like about teaching English in Japan is that, oh, I wasn't looking at you guys, was I? The fifth thing that I love about teaching in Japan is the school system is organized, and I have a few notes on this as to explain what exactly I mean, so I'll just be like sharing my pointers. Excuse me. All right, so the clubs are well structured. All right, at the end of every school day, each club knows where they are meeting. Now, this is also very different from Jamaican culture, because in Jamaica we do have clubs, but students are not mandated to join. You don't have to join a club in the Jamaican school system. If you love 4-H club, then please feel free to join the 4-H club, but you don't have to. I went through a couple years of high school where I was not enrolled in a club and no one said anything to me. I was just club free. But in Japan, every single student have to be enrolled in a club. You have to pick something and you have to do that every day. All right, so Jamaica versus Japan. In Jamaica, first of all, you don't have to join clubs. In Japan, you have to join clubs. Second of all, in Jamaica, clubs rarely meet. If you don't have a serious teacher that is taking the club and the club's objectives seriously, then you might find that you don't have club meetings at all. Maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months. Like, it's crazy where clubs are concerned in Jamaica. But in Japan, clubs meet every single day after school, and they practice for about an hour and a half, maybe, right, Adam? Yeah, about an hour and a half. They have to be indulged in their club activities. So right after school, we're seeing students like the baseball people, they're at where baseball people meet. Volleyball is at volleyball. all kinds of stuff. Softball is at softball, and they meet and they do their things in an hour and a half, and then they do their warm-up and they cool down, and then that's it. Every day. There's not a day that pass that these students are not doing club activities. So yes, that's one thing. And the second reason why I said that the school system is organized is students have everything that they need to complete these club activities or to complete just about anything in their school life. So the students that are in like the brass band club, you hear brass band, you think music. So the music club, you have students that play the trombone, the piano, the keyboard, the drum, the this, the that. Man, I surprised myself. Anyway, the point is they have all of these instruments in school. Softball club, they have a million softballs for the students to play with. Baseball, they have the baseball bats, they have the baseball balls. Volleyball, they have all the equipment that the students will ever need. The net, table tennis, the table tennis table, the bats, badminton, the rackets, everything these students have at their disposal. They do not have to buy their own stuff, even though I realize that most students will buy their own rackets and so on, but the balls and the bats and all of those stuff are there at school for them to use when the time is needed. So the resources are there for the students. All right, and the next thing that supports the fact that Japanese schools are organized is that students run the show in terms of everything except teaching. So students are in charge of lunchtime. As I said, in Japan they have school lunch and all of that stuff. Students have duty roster that, you know, tells who is in charge of getting the rice pan, who is in charge of getting the meat pan, who is in charge of sharing this today's lunch. They have roster showing who is in charge of cleaning this classroom, that classroom, who is in charge of scrubbing the floor, who is in charge of doing the bathroom. And also in clubs they have head persons who is in charge to ensure that everybody that is a part of volleyball club meets at volleyball club's spot at this time, and they warm up at this time. They have students that lead the warm up and the cool down. They have students that are the, you know, instead of teachers monitoring how things are going, like keeping score and all of those stuff, they have students doing that. Like, students are really in charge of everything except teaching themselves, if you understand what I mean. That's the only thing. My battery is blinking red. What the hell? No? Guys, I'm not going to last. My battery is red. So yeah, students know their responsibility and they act on their responsibility accordingly. You don't have to tell our students, oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. They know and they always take their position. So guys, my battery is blinking red, and those are my 5 top things that I love about teaching in Japan. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss another video. Bye guys!
So back to what I was saying. Could be us.